rest of the world.
You never know what those people might be wishing for, my friend. Sakic across the line with Sauer. Sakic works his way in. Centering pass for Sauer. Scores! Kurt Sauer! 1-0 Colorado. Final second of the Colorado power play. Andrew Brunette. Arneson with it. Brunette walks out. Back at the line. Fingers shoots. Scores! Ryan Smith tips it home. 2-0 Colorado. And Hannon slow to get to his feet. Ralston rink wide for Koivu. Koivu centering pass. Ralston scores! Brian Ralston! Takes the pass from Bouchard. Sends it in front. Newman and taps it there. Fedoruk scores! Todd Fedoruk ties the game! Drops it back for Soleil. He shoots. Hits a slinger. Score! Joe Sakic does it again. The all-time leader in playoff overtime goals gives Colorado the victory in game number 1.
In what has been a very physical first period, promises to be more physical. Forsberg now in front. Peter Forsberg scores. Pavel Demitra is at the point. Has the puck with Gaborik. Demitra lets a shot go. Scores. Demitra has tied it. Koivu with a shot, he scores! Ryan Smith right in front of Theodore. Forsberg to Lyles. Lets it go. They score! Just like that, we're tied at 2. Back pass now. Carney in front. They score! The Wild have won it! Shut off by Janssen. Polsky out in front. Sakic shooting save. They score! Brunette waiting at the side of the goal opens the scoring at 15-19. Fedoruk. He'll play it in deep toward Theodore. And Fedoruk follows up. Out in front, they score! Mikko Koivu jamming it home. 2-on-1 short-handed. Ralston's with him. Demitra waits. Fires across. They score! Short-handed goal by Brian Ralston off the Stastny giveaway with 54 seconds to go on the penalty. Off the wing. Shooting save. Backstrom not free. Backstrom a stop. As it's backhanded. They score! Sakic out in front. Ralston able to get to it as it hit the back of the goal. He feeds it now to Bouchard. Shooting, he scores! Pierre-Marc Bouchard wins it at 11:58. A 3-2 overtime win on the road for the Minnesota Wild, and they take a 2-1 lead. Experience with the Calgary Flames. He was part of their group that went to the finals against Tampa Bay in 04. He scores! Soleil shot getting through to the net, and it might have been tipped out in front.
Like playing from behind just a 1-goal deficit.
Here's Volsky in front, shooting, scores! Just like that.
After being taken in the first round in '98, he was part of their team that won the cup.
Here's a steal, a drive by Arneson, he scores! Another Wild turnover ends up in the Minnesota net. It's 3-0. Play watched closely by Gaborik on the one touch. It's Arneson hanging on to it. Back to Soleil, shooting, scores! And this one's going to belong to Soleil to make it 4-0. The Axe back here. Smith deflects the puck. Dumoulin mishandled it, and it's handed now to Smith with speed in the backhand, going forehand out of front. They score! Haydu finished it off. And out come the Wild, a 3-man rush short-handed. Koivu to the late man Carney, firing, saved by Thunder, rebound, they score! And they're pointing that it's a goal down low.
Miles cheats down, Haydu off the boards, cross crease in front, scores! Andrew Brunette got a fortunate bounce, and for the 3rd consecutive game, Brunette opens the scoring. Pavel Demitra, there's Bouchard, Brian Ralston, Brent Burns, across ice, score! Pretty feed, and the Wild have tied it on a goal by Pierre. Right side for Wojtek Volsky. A goal in game 4 for Volsky. Back to Leopold. Lyles, Ryan Smith hits the net. Volsky scores! Volsky with a blast with 5 seconds left in the power play. In Game 5, win the series. Here's Hejduk stepping in front of the net, scores! Back-to-back goals, and Paul Stastny has his first ever Stanley Cup playoff marker. Shepherd wins the draw. There's the blast. They score with just over a second left. A little window dressing. Brian Rolston with the blast. And the Wild asking where that was.
Here's Brent Burns. What a terrific season he's had. In over the blue line, Sakic stripped him of the puck, trying to break away, straight up the middle. Guite scores! Got a hit for Pavel Demitra. Here's a 3-on-2. Gaborik in on Sauer, cross ice. Voros scores! Aaron Voros ties the game, 1-1, and a great cross ice pass. The puck deep. Arneson to David Jones to Smith. He scores! Have to tag up. Burns goes after the puck. Tipped it. Koivu takes the shot that's blocked. Out to center. The Avalanche are going to win it. Colorado wins it.